So welcome again to my channel. My name is KARENPO, and we're again back to BTS, catching up with BTS, and we're now in the Wings era. Last time we reacted to First Loves, same time with Suga's release of People Pod 2. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. Since we're talking about BTS, let's go back. Actually, I love right now actually with the what you call this the LSS that I've is actually people, but the not the part two but the part one, because I really love the melody. I forgot that I think so. I think so. The one thing that I love on that one is the melody of people. So that's why it's also why it's a lot. People love the song also. That's why it is. And then going back to also talking about BTS. I forgot what is coming, but I know that Suga's album is coming out, and I've watched even the IU. I love the version of 8 actually of when they both sang on that one. It's a good thing that Suga have, able to back like background vocals on that one. I don't know for background vocals, but the thing is, yes, he sang on that part, which is really good. Actually, it's a very refreshing, no, not refreshing. It's a new version of the song, because we've seen the original one, we've seen with just IU, and also doing the rap verse with the acoustic one. I love also that one, the acoustic version on 8, and also I also love even the band version. Well, I love, as you know, I used to be in a band, so that's why I love the rawness. Anything with the live band on and live vocals, it is so good. It is so good. And they have the version now with Sugar, and what else? In Jungkook's Calvin Klein. This is very, because I've also bought Calvin Klein clothing. Now I'm contemplating on buying more than what I've bought, because I love also the sweater that I've used the other video of Calvin Klein in there, so that's why it is so good. I haven't actually used the pants. I haven't used that one. Still in the bag. I need to. I don't want to wash it more often, because the the BTS shirt that I've bought with the universe thingy with Fila, it actually wash off, so that's why I don't like to wash it off. I'm just gonna hand wash it. So that's why we're gonna save it. So going back to RM is now what you call this, preparing for another album. I think so. On before he goes, is supposedly going with J Hope, because they also in the same, what you call this, the same age with J Hope and Hope and RM. Since they are in the same age, they can go on through the military. But since J Hope's schedule is done, it's mostly done. But the thing is, what I why you question why they have their solo ambassadors, even though that they're going to military. You know why? It's money. It's money. If you go, even though that they're in the military service, J-Hope is in Louis Vuitton ambassador. He's always been what you call this, selling, even though it's he's in military. So that's the only way that the money goes through, when BTS almost, go through the military. Most of them, if they go through, they have their own separate, ambassador, because it's money. It goes through the company. The thing is, well, still, if you look into it, yeah, you gonna say that it's gonna, you know, it's like taking off um money from these members. But the thing is, I love how the company manage it all. Like mostly they have good management team, I said. Even on the that one, as a whole, as a company, they have a good management team, and I love it. And the thing is, uh that they've a person that they appointed in much higher, you know, in that graded, it's like mostly they've been there when they don't have any, you know. So that's why they know the how it works now, what they want to, you know, go on through that what. So that's why they move more modern. Even in there's Hive America, there's a, so they've actually what are that, they maximize the things that they have. And that's what is so good. Why is Hive, I'm pro Hive. So that's why. And the thing is like, of even the management and the artist itself, you can see it on that one. And thanks to the hard work of BTS, they have this a lot of resources that they can pass through that one. Because the thing is, all of this is like passing through the next. It's like it's not the next BTS, but the next generation that goes through, you know, be excelled on what they do. So that's what we're helping. Well, what is we're helping on that one. So that's why it is so good. It's like not focusing on the the things that they have, but more of like sharing. That's what I love also about Hype. And the thing is, I keep talking about Hype, and we're actually reacting and I don't know, reacting, reviewing BTS song Reflection. It's RM solo song on this one. So let's say why is actually a good thing to put it in there after Sugar's First Love. Because you know, First Love, it's it's how you feel inside. And the thing is, the meaning of the song, the First Love, it actually, it's not really a first love that you've like really a sweet thing. But the thing is that the is like the essence of first love. That's what Sugar have you know, show on the music in there. So that's why it's really good to have it. The next one is RM's Reflection. From the name itself, reflection, you know, that one. So without further ado, let's go on reviewing this song by RM in the Wings album Reflection. Titled song is Reflection. So let's go. Okay, big hit BTS. I'm ready again to, you know,
The
have
other
this
rhythm,
review.
however, overlapping half our house, was completely different. A loud mixture of horrendous, intriguing, frightful, mysterious things, including slaughterhouses and prisons, junkyards, and screeching fishwives,
So that's what I've
house and
said. It's a
cows,
really good
horses
thing to
singing
have
to their
it
death, tales
what you
of
call this,
robberies,
after
murders, and
after
suicides.
the first love, the light, because it's heavy. Now you got time to reflect. That's why it is so good. You know, this actually, that track is on the I Need You and Run. And that's, you know, see that one, see the that picture is actually on Jungkook. That's why, that's how it shows the connection of RM and Jungkook's on the Wings era. So that's why. And why the Wings album is connected to Run BTS. It says in there, we can see that the trailer, that trailer is on the music video of Run and I Need You, which actually, that number holds a lot. I think so. I forgot what it is. What is meaning of that one? Really sorry on that one. Haven't researched it. You know. So that's why. Oh, I forgot about it. So continue on to this is why RM is looks inside like a trailer. What I've actually love about this spot, as you can see earlier, is why the bird is it RM shadowed on his arm on this one is actually it's a way to represent that it's what you call this the evil that they have that in moving on through this concept is actually inside now of RM, that's why he representing that way his tattoo goes through your blood, so that's why it is so good representing that one is go through, it's within him, the evil is within him, so that's why it is, so having that one, and that's why he already have fire on the burn it the paper itself, because the evil has been spread through within himself, the evil that says in this Wings album, he said, so that's why it is. And the thing is, that's why it's called also reflection. I really love, I've actually love the meaning of the song, and the music wise gives you off through, it gives at that certain time, you can actually feel the time to reflect on things, so that's why it is, so that's why. And the thing is, it's also this shot represent also what in the blood sweat and tears, you can look into it as RM also drink the evil, the evil within himself, representing this also on this shot. As you know, the bird signifies actually it has so meaning, it's symbols, but it also can be a way to um that evil sometimes needs to be there, because there's always been, as I said, there's always been a yin yang, so without light, if there's light there's also dark, but the thing is you need to have a balance on it, that's why we need to set off it in a balance. But the thing is on this one, that having on through this one is the bird itself represents, it's like they want to get out, it's a freedom that they have, but to order to get that freedom, you need to really dive into that dark, because without the light, with light there's dark, as I've said, so that's why they need to what you call this, get through with this darkness, so that's why that one, they burned the bird, RM burned that bird and put it in a drink and put it in him, so that's the way actually, it's also a way to a process of accepting, is the process of accepting that he needs to go through with it, as I've said on this Wings album. I think what I love also about this is like all the members knew that they need to do this the dark, they need to go deep into through this darkness to go through what they want to achieve, and that's representing all of them. And as RM, I don't even know this one. See what I love, because that ring, the busy dial tone is actually what also connection to V in the what you call this, in the run, in the most beautiful moments in life era, the run and I need you, to connect on things, because as I've said, the V, as I said in Stigma, V, the one who ranked there is actually RM, and he didn't pick it up, and that's what um one of the regrets of RM is not actually, it's actually not the regret, is actually a way to separate him and V, because he don't want to V, what you call this, he don't want V to meddled on him, as he's already been, the evil is within himself. And the thing is, that's what's also what happened on I Need You and Run. He doesn't want V to get involved with him, because at that time they were vandalizing things, and also the police are chasing them. So that's why it is also on that one. See that the colors have been spreading to his arm is symbolizing that it's the evilness have spread through. That's why he doesn't answer the call of V. He's avoiding that one. And the contrast on that one, since he avoided V, but he's also spreading through, this one is actually um breaking of things, is it also they also symbolizes here in the map of the soul 7 shadow. You know what, I forgot to tell you that I've said, because uh, yesterday I've actually, when I was looking into wings again, I couldn't help but be um when I've checked the react to the K, there are reactions of classical musicians. They're classical musicians reacting to BTS or K-pop music. But if you watch the BTS wings that they've had on that one, I really love how they reacted on musically. Because for me, I didn't actually studied very much of the in musically, even though that I live in the band, but I've know the basics of music, so that's why it is so close to my heart. But the thing is, with this one, you can actually tell the art musically, how BTS made this music a masterpiece. So that's why it is. But looking into it also, the thing is, uh they should have, if there's no COVID, actually, they said this already, that the after the map of the soul persona, they're they plan to have the map of the soul 7, which is just shadow. So it makes actually that one a 3 part, from the persona, the shadow, and the ego. It is COVID time on that one. They just released, is it they combine ego and shadow, which is actually, if they continued on without the COVID on, I think their plan is have the map of the soul 7 shadow. And the thing is, if I look into it, actually, that would have been the wings, version 2 or part 2, the wings part 2. And I think so it will be so good, because they've actually started with on. I think that one has been what you call this, been planned so already in Black Swan. And the thing is, after in the Black Swan, I forgot what's the map of the soul 7 album list. Wrong app. Map of the soul 7, because after louder than bombs, and no, after the Dionysus, which is on the part of the persona, this actually goes through shadow, Black Swan. And I think so that they should have ended the album of the shadow, like in the, like the end was supposed to be on. That's, I think so, that's the what you call this, on should be the lead single, which is actually goes through shadows. And Black Swan and On is a masterpiece. It is so good that they've used actually a lot of the musically, because they've had the band march. I forgot the name, but the marching band on, and also a choir on each of that one. And since they have the music video of Black Swan in strings, in strings. So that's why, as I said, the shadow, Map of the Soul's shadow, could have been another masterpiece like Wings, because Wings and that one, the shadow one, they use a lot of classical instrument. It's like they use such rich music on each on that one. So it should have it's COVID's fault, but we're gonna leave the past behind, as Suga said, live on the present, because present is happening right now. you know Passes have gone through, future you don't know, so that's why focus on the present itself. So that's why it is called the present, as in what it says on Kung Fu Panda, I think so. That's what. So moving on this one signifies a change, the breaking of glasses. Also, this was also in the shadow, and also what happens, on through, because this change, the change of, as the what you call this, the darkness have now inside the arms. That's the change on the breaking point on that one. And I'm still not sure what's the writing on it, you know. And the thing is, as RM have the evil on that one, I think the evil that represents on RM's point of view is the doubts, the the fear, on God on that one. What I love about this one, the breaking point, as I've said, the breaking point is a symbol of change. And the thing is, it goes on through the fireworks also. And I've as RM's what you call this, a song Wildflower, he doesn't want it to be a fireworks, but he wants to be a wildflower. You know the meaning of this one, because fireworks just blasted through and be gone, while V is live right now when I'm recording on this one. So having that also, while they want it wildflower, because the flower, as it goes through the sky, the wind blows and actually spread within everywhere. So he wanted BTS. Yeah, I mean, he wanted to be like that. The flowers that goes through, not just a fireworks that's when it in the sky it goes away. That's why it is. So that's why it is. Continue on through this one is, well, he actually heard the ring, but he's way too late, and he can enter. And that's one of the regrets of RM, which is why, as he goes through his own what you call this, his own darkness. The thing is, I love how they represent, how they, because the song itself is also regret. It's the regret on this one. Well, before we, because it's the last few seconds before it ends. But the thing is, as I've said earlier, the darkness that represents on the Wings era is, it's not really a bad darkness. It's actually um reality. In reality, is actually our fear, our guilt, our worries, our what else? Um uh I think that's most covered on that one, and the fear, the worries, the regrets, and in the I think that circles on that three. If you look into the characters of each of the members when you go through the Wings, it's most this three, is tackles on each of them, and that's how representing not the dark inside of them, because that's what's inside of each of the members, is that was holding them, each of them, back. So that's why, and that's what I love about this. I wish I could love myself. It's actually, it's a RM's regret on this one is, if he could have loved himself, he could have helped others, which is actually V. He could have helped V. And the thing is, and that's why uh the conflict within himself, that's why there's a liar on the booth, is actually um the also the conflict on of, as they are in a group in the I Need You in a Run music videos, you can see that, I think so, that V rely on so much with RM that he I think so, but I'm not really, if you look into it, I think he had made V that if he needed help, he'd be there. But then, as he have his own also, worries, this darkness, I've said, worries, regrets, and fear, he could have he can he reached to V when he needed him the most. That's why it is. So that's why, that's one of regrets on this one. See, there's a crack on that one. That's what represents RM. And now combines on through Jungkook, the feather, and it shows that symbolize. See, that's what. The first circle on the left upper one is actually Jungkook, as I've said, since Jungkook and RM is connected on through this era, and as we last video we go through the right upper one, which is actually Jimin and Suga. So that's why it is. So that's why also on the third one, the one in left down, is actually V. V will go through, and then we don't have any yet on through the fourth circle on that one. That's why it is. No. So that's why I love I love the the symbol of wings. It is so well done. It is so good. How it connects in everything. So that's why it is so good. I love it. I clearly love it. But the thing is, with reflection, the lyrics itself is actually the reflection of RM. It's like a personal to him, and I love how also the last track, no, I mean not just the last track, but all of the tracks that have been handled by their solo, which is the solo members. It's because of in all the members, they start the solo songs in this album, which is the Wings, and that's what timely it is so good, as it also um goes through, because the song itself is so personal with him, within the members itself. I think even though that it's not really most of it so through, but s- like even some part of it is actually that comes with it within themselves. So that's why it is. And timely, why they have the solo songs started on this album, it's how it is, so they could really tell the concept, go through on that one, how they needed to be by themselves, and to be able to go on. And that's what they're actually doing it right now. That's why they have the hiatus and they have their solo, is like the version 2. I think the start of things grow that they started to grow is actually on the Wings. The first growth, it actually is the Wings album, and the second growth is right now, after the B album, is that's their second growth. And now they have their own started is like a new phase within themselves, because they have this new phase, they have their solo songs come up on this album Wings, and they continue on doing that one until the Love Yourself era. And now that they have the P album, is another phase that they must have, you know, is really true that you need to really search within yourself to be able to grow, you know. That's why. So, well, I'm looking into the lyrics of RM's here on this, and I love. Let me just wait for the load. You know, I love how it is. It's like it's so personal for both. Even Sugar's track, which is First Love, is so personal, and that's why it is so relatable. It is so good, and everyone has go through with this phase. Because I've said the your phase, it's a signal that you have a process of growth. You know, it is. So that's why it is so good. And the thing is, if you check out React to the K, um, a review on this one is how they use the space. Musically, the note itself is a space throughout these songs in the album. They use musically space, and that's what also gives off what they want to, you know, what they want you to feel on hearing the songs is the space, because this is how you really um look into things, is when you stop and reflect. And that's how it is so good. You know why Wings is so good. This is the only thing that I could say. Why Wings is so good. It is. If it should, as I've said earlier, if there's no COVID, they should have continued on through the Shadow, Map of the Soul Shadow, but they just combine it in just album. It's the Map of the Soul 7 that they've, because they are like planning to hold off things, and they don't want to hold off things without closing this chapter, Map of the Soul. So that's why they combine it, I think so. And that's why it is, you know. And you know what? Honestly, listeners feel if the song within the album was Rush. You know, I'm not really saying that that Rush song is not good, but it's like when you look into the list of the album, you can see that there's something that should have been there, but then they needed to close it out, so that's why this is the song that they put out. I'm not really saying that the songs that you know, that been there should have not been there, but it's the way it is, you know. That's how it is. So that's why it is. And I feel like there's just albums, there's songs within the albums that that has been rushed, you know. It's like been planned all along, you know. So that's why it is. That's my personal opinion. I'm not sure about yours, so please comment down below. Good timing. Good spiel on that one. You comment down below what you think about it also on this Wings. And don't forget to check out my other content. If you're into BTS, I have an album uh, playlist there, not an album playlist there that says Catching Up with BTS. It's all about BTS in there. So if you want to also check out the other artists that I've reviewed and reacted to, check it out on my YouTube channel. So please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm gonna upload. And I think this will be the end of our video, because I've said already too much on this song. I think so, on this song, because I've been repeating myself because that's what the essence of the whole album. So on the wings. So I'll see you for the next video and check out my other videos. Bye.